Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be retouching this image. So if you have been wondering how photo retouching is achieved or how people do it, this video is going to give you more understanding on how image is being retouched on Photoshop. So stick around to the end of this video so that you understand how it really works. So let us start with it. We're going to duplicate this particular layer. This is our image layer, and as you can see on this image, we have some spots here, some spots we have to remove before starting the retouching itself, like the frequency separation and others. So we have to use the healing brush tool to remove all these spots first. So to do that, we have to duplicate our layer by pressing Ctrl plus J. So this is the duplicated layer here that has layer 1. I'm just going to rename this to maybe remove spots like that, and I'm going to click enter. So this is our layer, and I will go to my healing brush tool. This is my healing we call it the spot healing brush tool. So I'm going to go to this tool and maybe increase it to like 40px, or I think that's a decent size. And we're going to remove these spots by just tapping on your mouse, so we don't change the shape of the face or anything, the skin texture. So just tap on it so it won't change the face texture or anything. So just tap on the part that has the pimples and spots. So let's just tap on that. You can see it's getting smooth already. The picture is almost smooth already. So let us just look around your picture to see if you're seeing any spots or pimples, and then you use your healing brush tool to remove as many as possible. If they are too much, I'll advise you reduce the size of your brush, so that you won't blend out the good part of the skin, you understand. So I think that is all. I think that's all the spots. It's quite smooth now. So after this, we're going to duplicate this layer, the layer which we just removed the spots, and we're going to rename it. So just double tap on that layer and rename this to frequency separation. I'm going to rename this to frequency separation. So after doing this, I'm just going to change the effect of this to vivid light. So just go to vivid light. You can see you will have this kind of texture, just ignore it. And after going to vivid light, I'm going to click on Ctrl plus I on my keyboard. This is to invert this picture. So if I click on Ctrl plus I, the image should look like this. Your image should look like this. And I'm going to go to my filter and just scroll over to order, which is at the end of the filter drop down, and you go to high pass. So just click on high pass. Now on this high pass, just make sure you reduce the radius to a size where you can still see your image, but it's also a bit blurry, you understand. So I think around 4.8 4.9 is okay. You can see it's blurry, but we can still see our image. So if you do take it all the way up, it's not going to be nice. So just make sure it's around 4 to 5. So let's just reduce this to around 4.8 or 4.9. Then I'm going to click OK. I'm going to right click on this and change this to a smart object, and I'm going to go back to filter again and choose blur and select the Gaussian blur. So once the Gaussian blur is selected, I think this radius is okay. 3.8 or 4 is okay. So just let it be within that range, not too blurry. Then you click OK also for that. So once you've done that, well, I'm just going to right click and go to my blending option. So just search for the blending options here. I'm going to hold my Alt key and cut out this particular stuff here. So I'm just cutting it into two. You can do this by holding your Alt key. I'm sure you can see the difference of what it's doing to the image. The difference might not be too visible, but I'm just trying to reduce the high pass a little bit. Yeah, so I'm just going to reduce this also a bit like that, and I'm going to click on OK. So yeah, our image is looking smooth already. It's looking smooth already, sorry. I think the next thing we're going to do is to go to our camera raw filter, but before that we're going to use our brush tool to brush the skin. So we're going to create a mask here on your frequency separation layer, and we're going to click on Ctrl+I to invert. We're going to invert this mask also, and I'm going to go to my brush tool and make sure my foreground color is white. So just make sure this foreground color is white. Then we're going to blend around the face. So let's just do that real quick. Just make sure you don't blend out the obvious the important parts of the face, like the brows, the eye, the eyes, the nose. You understand, the shadows that define the face. Make sure you don't blend that out, because it's going to make your image look fake. So just try to keep the texture and everything together. So I'm just going to blend out like that here, like this. Yeah, you can see how it is. When you switch it off, you are going to see the difference. So just around here, and I think that is okay. This is okay. So we're going to group this, not group, but we're going to hold on Ctrl+Shift+Alt+E. So do that on your keyboard, Ctrl+Shift+Alt+E, to merge this layer into one. So let us do that. Just going to select this and group this, and yeah, so we have one layer at the top here that we can use, but it's merged, and our frequency separation and spot and everything we've edited is still intact. So we're going to be using this image at the top now to do the rest. So first we're going to go to our camera raw filter under the filter menu bar, and we're going to be reducing the clarity of this. You can see when the clarity is increased, you can see how it looks like. We're going to be reducing this clarity a little bit. We're trying to make the face as smooth as possible, but also keeping the texture. As you can see in the image, the texture, everything is still maintained. And what clarity can be around -27 and texture -16 if you want to follow my exact settings. And also you are going to increase the sharpening, the detail. We are going to increase the sharpening to around 50, close to 50. Yeah, just 40, 45 to 50 or something like that. And also note that this image can be made available in my description. So if you want to practice with this image, you can check the description for the image so that you can get it and practice. So noise reduction will be very little, like 5 or 6. It's not really a must to use this noise reduction, but we don't want it to be too noisy as well. So the sharpening can be increased to this extent. Then after that, let us add just a little highlight. Let us go and look for the highlight, just a little highlight like that, and also a little bit of exposure, like 0.05 or 8. Yeah, I think 0.05 is okay, and I'm going to click on OK. So now I'm hoping you can see the difference. So if I switch this off, you can see the difference. You can see how sharp it is. Our texture is still maintained. If I zoom out, you can see how it looks like. The face is smooth and everything. So the next thing to do, which is also very important, is to whiten the white part of your image, like the eyes, the teeth. But in this situation, the teeth is not showing, so we're just going to whiten just the eyes. So to do that, I'm going to use my selection tool to select the eye areas, like this area. Just use your selection tool, tap on it a few times. I think it's going to select automatically for you. And yeah, you can reduce it to select some parts which is not selected. Yeah, so I think this is okay. I think the selection is fair. Yeah, it's okay. So after the selection, we're going to go to our hue and saturation, and we're going to click on hue and saturation. So first we're going to select the yellow, because there is a little bit of yellow in our eyes. Select the yellow, and we're going to reduce the saturation. You can see the yellow areas, so we're going to reduce the saturation and increase the lightness. You won't really see difference because the main part of these colors are not yellow. Then I'm going to go to my color picker and just pick out yellow areas. Pick out the yellow areas like that. You can see how it looks like now. It's looking whitish now because the exact color was selected. So if I zoom out, you're going to see how it looks like. If I switch this off, you can see the difference before and after. Now another tip you can do is to use your healing brush to remove those lines in the eye to make it as smooth as possible. So you can reduce the size and just remove all these lines, little lines in her eyes, to make it much smoother. So I think like this is okay. You can see how it looks like now. So that's very important. Try to make it as neat as possible. This is after and this is before. You can see there is huge difference in the color of the eye, and it's really adds to the beauty of your retouching. Yeah, so the next thing to do is to add dodge and burn to this image. We're going to use the curve for that. So let me just clip this into my layer, creating clipping marks to this image here, and I'm going to go to my curves, and I'm also going to clip this in here, and I'll just make a dot here, a dot in the middle, and take it at the top. Just make sure it's straight and just take it at the top. If you think you can't follow the exact pattern I'm following, you can just copy my input and output. If you want to use the same settings, you just go to your curve, write 131 as the input and write 178 as the output. Once that is done, we create a second curve, and we're going to clip this also. This is the dark version, so we're just going to bring this down like that, not too down, not too down, just like this. This is okay. Let's name this dark, and we're going to name this light. Yeah, so after doing that, I'm just going to go to my light and I'm going to just reduce. I wanted to apply image like this to increase the darkness, but I don't think it's going to look too good. So we're just going to reduce the opacity and balance the two light and dark together. So I'm just going to reduce the dark a little bit like that, The light too, we're going to reduce it a little bit, but I think light is needed more, so we're going to leave it higher than the dark. Yeah, so let us add a dark small. Yeah, so you can see what the dodge brings to our image. It makes it more sharper and more yeah, you can see more attractive, grabbing more attention. So that's the importance of your curve. You can see it before and you can see after. Yeah, and you can see the white eyes and everything. So this is the difference. Let me just group everything and show you a before and after. So this is before the initial image. You can see everything, the pimples, the blemishes and everything, and you can see after, totally different. So that's the end of this video, guys. I really hope you got something from this video. I hope this video taught you something. Yeah, so if you have any thoughts, you can leave in the comments. Any questions, you can leave in the comments. Kindly join my Discord to get popular and premium graphic design resources. I drop premium resources from both Freepik and Envanto on my Discord, so kindly join to get free access to them. And yeah, I'm going to see you on my next video. If you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, kindly engage on this video. Leave a comment, leave a comment on what you think about the video, if you got something from the video. Yeah, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.